Hey guys, so today I'm going to bringing you the results video for week 15 of the NFL season. I'm sorry this is late, and I'm sorry I didn't post a prediction video, and honestly the reason why is because everything seemed to be pretty self-explanatory this week. There were a few spoiler games, but for the most part my predictions would have been boring because I would have went with the higher team or whatever. Um, I don't have any predictions for week 16 either. I'll do those in the next video maybe, but we are definitely going to go through the week 16 games and also just go through the results of the Saturday games in that video as well. So let's go ahead and start. So I won't be doing Charger grades because as you can see they lost really bad. They had 7 giveaways, but the Vikings ended up beating the Chargers 39-10. Honestly, I expected it to be closer, but I also expected a blowout, so I was pretty much right. The Ravens beat the Jets 42-21. Jackson now becomes the quarterback with the most rushing yards in a single season. Lamar Jackson's going to win MVP. It doesn't matter at this point. But the Ravens moved to 12-4, and the Jets moved to 5-9. The Buccaneers beat the Lions 38-17. Jameis had 30-plus touchdowns this season, single-season touchdown, or Tampa Bay touchdown record, I guess. The Chiefs dismantled the Broncos. By the way, the Lions 3-10-1 and the Bucks 7-8. Broncos dropped to 5-9. Chiefs go to 10-4, and Chiefs had 10-plus wins in 5th consecutive season, which is a franchise record. The Packers defeat the Bears 21-13. The Packers are 11-3. The Bears are 7-7. And the Packers have already clinched their playoff berth. The Patriots win 34-13. They're obviously 12-3, and that's because of this week's game. And the Bengals are 1-13, which means, by the way, the Bucks are 7-8 because of losing this week. Which, yeah, I'll go over. Actually, no, I'll just do all of it in one video. I'll go over week 16 results, and I'll go ahead and do the predictions for that. But anyway, so Patriots have 11th straight playoff appearance. The Dolphins lose to the Giants 36-20. They're both 3-11. Barkley has 1,000-plus scrimmage yards in each of his first 2 seasons. The Seahawks beat the Panthers 30-24. Seahawks 11-3. Panthers are now 5-9, and the Seahawks clinch a playoff berth. The Texans are 10-5. Obviously, they did win yesterday against the Bucks. The Titans are now 8-6. Texans won 8 of their last 11 games versus Titans in Bill O'Brien era. The Eagles moved to 7-7 after beating the 3-11 Redskins 37-27. Sanders has 1,120 scrimmage yards this season, which is a Philadelphia rookie record. The Cardinals upset the Browns 38-24. The Cardinals are now 4-9-1, and the Browns are 6-8. Kenny and Drake for Arizona had just one of 3 players the last 5 seasons with 4-plus rushing touchdowns in a game. The Jaguars upset the Raiders in their final home game in Oakland 20-16. The Jaguars are 5-9, and the Raiders are 6-8. And the Raiders lost 4 straight games and started the season obviously 6-4. The Falcons upset the 49ers. They moved to 5-9. The 49ers had dropped to 11-3, but obviously did win yesterday. So they're 12-3. Julio Jones had a go-ahead 5-yard touchdown with just 2 seconds remaining to win that game. The Rams lose big to the Cowboys. The Rams are now 8-7 after losing yesterday to the 49ers, which means they are eliminated from playoff contention. And the Cowboys are 7-7. Cowboys had most points in a game since week 17 of 2014. That's big. The Bills 10-5. Obviously, they did move to 10-4 last week. After beating the Steelers 17-10, the Steelers are 8-6. Bills have clinched a playoff spot. They did lose yesterday to the Patriots, though. And Saints win 34-7. Colts are 6-8. Saints are 11-3. And Drew Brees has 541 career pass touchdowns, which is most in NFL history. So with that, let's go ahead and move to Week 16 and get to the predictions as well as what has already happened. So I think the Chargers get the win here and move to 6-9 against the Raiders. The Raiders played okay against the Jaguars, and they basically only beat the Chargers last time because of some missed penalties. I don't think that happens this time, and the Chargers end up winning. Saints are 11-3, battling the 8-6 Titans, and Tennessee allowed 297 yards passing per game since Week 10, second most in NFL. I think the Saints win this game. I think it will be a hard-fought game and will probably be a defensive effort by both teams, but I do believe that the Saints will win this game. Okay, the 8-6 Steelers battle the 5-9 Jets. Le'Veon Bell's first game versus Pittsburgh since signing with the Jets in the offseason. This is a do-or-die game for the Steelers. They have to win to keep the 6th seed now. And the Jets are obviously out of playoff contention, but we'll be playing spoiler here. This is a tough one because, I mean, the Jets have been a very weird team. They've beaten some really good teams, but have lost to some really bad teams. But I'm going to say the Steelers win. They hold on to that playoff spot, and if the Saints do indeed beat the Titans, then they clinch that spot, I believe. And I just think the Steelers will want it more. Panthers 5-9, battling 6-8 Colts. Panthers cornerback Will Grier making first career start. This one's a tough one. Both have Panthers have underperformed and Colts have overperformed since Andrew Luck's retirement. I do believe that I don't know. I feel like the Panthers will likely win this game, but don't be surprised if the Colts do. The 1-13 Bengals battle the 3-11 Dolphins. Bengals have 15.1 points per game, which is fewest in the NFL. This one's tough because both teams are going to want to probably lose this game just to have better draft capital, but I do believe the Dolphins will end up out-bungling the Bungles and end up winning, so yeah. The 5-9 Jags battle the 5-9 Falcons. Ryan has 13.8 fantasy points per game at home this season, 22 points on the road. Don't know why they're bringing fantasy into it, but I think the Falcons win here. They had a good statement win against the 49ers. They know their season's over, but at this point they're just trying to, I guess, try to build confidence for next year. The Jaguars will have Gardner Minshew back there, but I don't think it'll matter. So, yeah, give me the Falcons to win at home here. The Ravens at 12-2 battle the 6-8 Browns. Ravens looking to clinch number 1 seed for first time in team history. I think they do it. The Browns were the last team to beat the Ravens, but the Browns also do not have Myles Garrett anymore, and that was a big reason for why they won that first game. I think it'll be highly competitive because of how good Baker is, but I do believe that the Ravens will end up winning and clinch the number 1 seed. The 3-11 Giants battle the 3-11 Dolphins. Giants have 10-plus points with 3+ giveaways this season, most in NFL. I know Daniel Jones will be starting this game, and the Redskins are awful. So I'm going to say the Giants actually do end up winning this game. Mainly because I think I think they're just a little more complete of a team, and the Redskins have been god-awful this year. So, plus Saquon Barkley will probably impose his will. The 3-10-1 Lions battle the 5-9 Broncos. The Lions have 15 points per game, second fewest in NFL. Since week 12, by the way. I do believe the Broncos win this one. They move to 6-9, and I believe that the Lions will move to 3-11-1. If Matthew Stafford hadn't gotten injured, I think this team would probably be a good team to pick for like a wild card spot. But since the Stafford injury, their season was over the second that happened. Plain and simple. So yeah, I think Broncos win. Sunday night, or not even Sunday night, damn. The Cowboys battle the Eagles. Basically the NFC East is on the line here. I think the Eagles will win it at home though. Take the win, most likely the division as well. I think 8-7, and the Cowboys will be 7-8. Which I think basically the Eagles will clinch the division too if they end up winning. So there you go. The 4-9-1 Cardinals battle the 11-3 Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will end up winning this game. They have 141.7 rush yards per game this season, which is third most in NFL, and they do have Russell Wilson. So I think I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Sunday football, the 10-4 Chiefs battle the 7-7 Bears. The Chiefs have allowed 17 points in or fewer in 4 straight games. I think this will be very much come down to how well the Chiefs keep the Bears defense away from Mahomes. I think they might do a pretty good job, and it'll also depend on how the Chiefs defense plays. I'm going to say the Chiefs win despite the fact that they are my rival team. I just don't think the Bears pass rush has been great this season, unless it's been against a losing team. So I'm going to say the Chiefs probably win a close one, and it might be a high-scoring game. We don't know. But I do want the Chiefs to win. Monday night, we have the 11-3 Packers battling the 10-4 Vikings. Packers will clinch the NFC North with a win. Once again, I believe the same goes for the Vikings. I do think the Packers win yet again, though. The Vikings just aren't consistent enough, I believe. And once again, this is a primetime game, which Kirk Cousins is god-awful in primetime games. So yeah, I think Packers win and clinch the NFC North. As far as what's happened already, the Texans win 23-20. Texans are 10-5. Buccaneers are 7-4. And the Texans clinch 4th AFC South title in the last 5 years. The Bills lose to the Patriots 24-17. 10-5 Bills are now... They're still in the playoffs, and they have clinched the number 5 seed, I believe. And the Patriots have clinched their 11th straight AFC East title. Now, one thing to be positive about is it took until week 16 for them to clinch this year, and they basically had to beat the Bills to do it. So with that being said, that does mean that we might have a shift in power next year when the Bills build up a little bit more. And then the Rams lose to the 49ers with a last-second field goal to win as time expired. Rams are obviously eliminated from playoff contention, and the 49ers, I believe, have to beat the Seahawks next week, which is week 17, to clinch the division. With that, let's see what the playoff standings look like for each side. Baltimore holds strong to the 1 seed. The New England Patriots are the 2nd seed. If the Ravens win, they actually clinch the 1 seed. The 3 seed is the Chiefs, the 4 seed is the Texans, the 5th seed is the Bills, and the 6th seed is the Steelers. And the teams in the hunt right now are the Titans, Browns, and Raiders. Now keep in mind, if Pittsburgh wins, that knocks both the Browns and Oakland out of the equation. Obviously, all the other teams are not in the running. The 1 seed is the 49ers at 12-3. The Packers are 11-3, which they might move up to 12-3. The Saints are 11-3. The Cowboys are 7-7. The Seahawks are 11-3, and the Vikings are 10-4. Those are the standings right now. Now, depending on what happens, if the Seahawks beat the 49ers, then they'd switch spots. And that would be quite a drastic difference for the 49ers if the Seahawks end up taking the 1 seed. However, if it's a tie, I believe Green Bay did beat Seattle this year, but I'd have to look back at that. And the Eagles are actually the lone team that's in the running, but they're only in the running for their division, not a wild card spot. Not going to look at the standings. Let's look at league leaders, and then that'll be the end of the video. So right now, 4,908 yards by Winston, 334 yards by Prescott, 4,319 yards by Goff, 4,035 yards by Rivers, and 3,852 yards by Watson. Nick Chubb has 1408, Derrick Henry 1329, McCaffrey 1307, Chris Carson 1190, and Ezekiel Elliott 1188. Michael Thomas has 1552, Godwin has 1333, Moore has 1174, Hopkins has 1165, and Evans has 1157. So, with 2 weeks left, Michael Thomas has the receiving in the bag now. Defensively, Blake Martinez leads the league in tackles with 140. Cunningham has 139, as does Wags. Luke and Corey Littleton each have 131. Sacks-wise, Shaquille Barrett has 16.5. Jones has 15. Both Jordan and Hunter has 13.5, and TJ Watt has 13. For picks, Stephon Gilmore has 6. Trey White has 6. Jackson and McCourty each have 5, as does Anthony Harris. So that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Week 15 results and Week 16 results and predictions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.